mastering your mental toughness. Now, yesterday we had a long discussion. We had 15 points about mastering mental toughness. The whole concept of mastering your mind. And mental toughness was one of the elements of mastering your mind. So today we're breaking mental toughness down a little bit. We look at, okay, what are those boxes that I need to tick if I'm going to be a mentally tough player? So first and foremost, when things are easy, it's easy for us to be positive and to look tough, to be tough out there. So I think of like two quotes. It says that smooth seas don't make for seasoned sailors. So meaning, if things are just smooth for you, things are easy, comfortable, it doesn't really build toughness or experience. And then the big part where we fail with mental toughness is 9 out of 10 times when our emotions take over and they want to run the show and they're shutting the thinking brain down and we start complaining and we get negative and we feel a little bit upset, frustrated, sorry for ourselves, all those different feelings. And you know, Mike Tyson I think said, he said, you know, everybody is brave and strong and calculated until they get punched in the face. Now that's the same for you as a tennis player. You got to get punched in the face, guys. Because if you're not, let's use that analogy, if you're not getting punched in the face in practice sessions and now you get punched in the face in the match, guess what? Of course, you're not going to be ready. I want to tell you about your biggest disadvantage. Every single person sitting here, you're privileged. Now you can say, hey coach, you don't know me, you don't know my life. How can you say I'm privileged? Well, I'm telling you, in comparison to so many other players, I remember the young kid in the Philippines, became an exceptional tennis player, street kid. Think of so many athletes that come from nothing, no food, no water. Yes, you are privileged. And most of all, why I'm saying that is because you're sitting here with an opportunity that's been given to you. So remember that your disadvantage is your privilege. Because that kid that grows up in the streets, they're already coping with all this pressure, and if they're not mentally tough, they won't survive in life. So now, if you take that kid and you give him tennis skills or whatever sporting skill or skills in life, they become very successful because they're already mentally tough. Now you can flip this around and say, hey, but coach, you're telling me I'm not mentally tough. No, I'm telling you, your disadvantage is the fact that you're growing up in a comfort zone. So what are you going to do to become mentally tougher? Now, first and foremost, I want you to change your perspective. What do we do when things get tough? We try and resist it. We complain. We don't want things to be tough. But we just said it, that every time things are tough, that's an opportunity for gains for you. That's an opportunity on and off the court to say, hey, I can work on my mental toughness here. Because if I cope with this situation here, on or off the court, and I mentally rise above it, I get mind over matter, then I become mentally stronger. And then all those skills that I have, the forehand, the backhand, the variety, the serve, whatever it is, right? They will not go away under pressure. So change your perspective. And I'm going to give you like the age-old thing, diamonds don't form without pressure. So if you want to become like a diamond, you need pressure. You need that pressure. So every time you have pressure, point number one about mental toughness is accept it. Embrace it. motivational speech says that, hey, embrace your struggle because it's going to be part of your victory. Those that don't embrace it, they don't become victorious at the highest level because they didn't embrace it. So you got to think about that. Change your perspective. Things get tough. Excellent. Bring it. Number 2, expose yourself to toughness. Don't just change your perspective. Keep exposing yourself to toughness. When coach goes like, hey, deciding point, regardless of the score, what do? Again, do you embrace it? You say, all right, these are the moments I want to step up. And I'm not saying, hey, put yourself in a cage with a lion, right? That's not what I'm saying. A controlled exposure to toughness. Physical toughness, and then physically when the coaches are pushing you on that fitness session, right? What does that little voice say inside? Because when you're hurting, what are you going to do? Expose yourself to failure. Because when you fail, what do? Do you get negative? Do you complain? What is your perspective on failure? And when you fail, what does that little voice say? Is it saying, all right, watch me on the next one. I can, I will. That's what that voice needs to say. So most important, that the way you speak with yourself in this exposure. Focus on the task, not your feelings. What is the task at hand? This is point number 3. Mentally tough competitors, they're able to push their emotions to the side. They accept their emotions, their feelings, but they push it to the side and they go like, all right, what needs to get done here? And that's a little bit the discipline part to it. They're staying focused on the task at hand. Now yesterday, when things got a little difficult, this weekend in the match, when it got a little difficult, where did your focus go? Did it stay with the task at hand? Choose your fight level. Number 4. Have a little scale for yourself and constantly ask yourself, hey, what's my fight level right now? Am I a 1, 2, a 4, or a 5 out of 5? Just by asking yourself that question, you can make good adjustments. You can say, no, you're busy complaining. Choose to fight. This is it. I'm here to fight. Right? And then follow it up by bring it. Which brings me to point number 5. Positive affirmations. Guys, positive affirmation is like a cheerleader. This is where the emotions actually come in. Emotions don't get the power of decision making. Emotions are like a cheerleader. They keep everybody happy. They keep them energized. So, positive affirmations. Have a list of positive affirmations. Right? And you just repeat it to yourself. Man, listen, Muhammad Ali, his positive affirmations made him believe that he was great, that he was exceptional, that he was the greatest. I mean, he even said it. You know, a lot of times when I listen to Muhammad Ali's positive affirmations and his quotes, I go like, oh my gosh, this guy's got so much ego. And then I ask myself, well, is it confidence or is it ego? I think it was a little bit of both with him. Now, I'm sticking my neck out here and I'm having an opinion. But I gotta tell you one thing. What he did is he created that self-belief through those positive affirmations. So again, when it gets tough, when you start failing, what is that voice saying? Is it telling you like, hey, that was just a little hiccup. It was a bump in the road, right? All right, number 6, power of will. Willpower. It's a simple phrase that you tell yourself, I will do this. I will not give in. Strength of will comes from a decision. It comes from a decision that I am fighting every moment out here. And we can say, oh, that's fight level? No. Willpower is when you decide you're going to do something and then you get it done. It's amazing how the brain works, guys. You tell the brain what you want, it's able to connect dots. Start telling your brain what you want, what you're going to do. Not what didn't happen, what you don't want, how bad things are going, because that's what the brain is going to do. It's connect dots in a negative way. So let's go to number 7. It's super important to have a why. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Why are you out here facing difficulty? Because you want to be average at this? No, that's not it. Your why needs to scare you a little bit. And stop listening to other people saying, oh, you can't do this and this, and it's not possible if you come from farmers or whatever town, little town, that you can't achieve it. You can't achieve greatness. Your why is your choice. You choose how good you become. And then you just go to the drawing board and you figure it out. So your why is what keeps you going when things get tough. And it makes you competitive on a BAC day. Number 8, big picture perspective. That pressure that you're feeling, that's asking you to be mentally tough or not, reality check. It is only tennis. It's not the end of the world if you're going to lose that next big point. The sun is going to come up. You still have a nice bed that you go back to. Big picture perspective. You're not on the streets without food, water, electricity. You're healthy. You're privileged. Remember that. Number 9, change the narrative. Stop focusing on your difficulty. Make life difficult for your opponent. Say, all right, I'm coming at you. I might not be feeling great, but today I'm coming at you. I'm going to make you feel worse than I feel right now. Okay? And then you focus on what you take away from them. How you make life tough for them. And every single top competitor out there, they're not internally focused on how bad it is with them. They immediately flip to the outside and they go like, all right, what can I do? What can I do to him or her? Sometimes they take the opponent's weapon away because what do they fall back on? Maybe they zoom in on the weakness. But there is a way. There is always a point of pressure you can apply to your opponent, and you keep a bit of pressure and you see what happens. And you're down in the match. You say, all right, let me take 3 points in a row. Let me see how you cope with that. Pick up a rock. Number 10. On a lot of tough days, your weapon isn't working. Your forehand isn't working. Your backhand isn't working. And now you go like, oh, end of the world again. No, mental toughness goes like, if I don't have a weapon, I'm going to pick up a rock. Maybe you're going to throw the kitchen sink at you. And that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to play ugly. As long as you're still making sure you're taking care of your development, that you're developing, you're improving. But guys, you got to have dog in you. You got to be able to get ugly out there. You can't all be nice. So if you're a nice person off the court, quite often I see those people, respectful, nice, I love it. But you got to have a little bit of ugly in you on the court in order to be able to pick up a rock and say, no, today I'm not nice. I'm respectful, but I'm not nice. Be careful, don't misunderstand niceness for weakness. And a lot of nice people don't understand that. You're not weak. You're nice, respectful, but come at the opponent. All right. Number 11, believe it and achieve it. It's simple. You got to tell yourself, if I can believe it, I can achieve it. And don't question yourself. Don't listen to others again. Number 12, protect your self-worth. What do I mean with self-worth? Mentally tough competitors, when they lose a point, their self-worth does not change. They don't question whether they're capable or not. They understand that it is simply something in my process that didn't happen. Something that needs to be adjusted. They never question themselves. And I'll tell you guys a story about the Australian cricket team. For 10 years, they absolutely dominated world cricket. One thing they did, actually two things they did. They caused mental disintegration with the opponents by trash talking them, getting them off their game. So if a team wasn't mentally tough and they trash talked them, I'm not saying this is what you do, that team would suffer because they would feel that mental pressure. Again, if the team wasn't mentally tough, they are going to be affected by this. But the other thing they did, when their guys in their team failed, immediately the rest of the team would go like, no man, don't worry about it. They got lucky. Next one, watch us. You can do it. They never said you got this. That's one of the worst phrases in tennis when your partner is down 5-1 and you tell them you got this. Right, please don't do that. But anyhow, what I'm saying to you is, protect your self-worth. Sometimes it's all right to say, no, it's okay. That wasn't so bad. Come on, the next one. You're okay, you can do this. Number 13, I call it the positive physical override. Positive physical body language. Override your mind that wants to go to that negative town by having strong, confident body language. Tough competitors, man. They cry. But they cry when the battle is over, when the match is done. They're not going to show the opponents. They're not going to help them. They're going to show them what they don't want to see. Number 14, make it about the fight. You know, when they ask tennis players at the end of their careers, or a few years after they finish their careers, to share their memories, their fondest memories, it wasn't about the win. It was about the fight, the battle. When they had to really figure it out, when the odds were against them. So they made it about the fight. Make it about the fight. Forget about the end destination, because if you make it about the fight, then the end destination, 60 or 70% of the time, will take care of itself. And then this is the last one I'm going to discuss today. A lion doesn't care about the opinion of a sheep. Mentally tough players don't care about what their peers are thinking, what Instagram is saying or not saying. What if I lose? What's mom and dad going to think? Now, I'm not calling mom and dad a sheep, okay, right? Don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is, be a lion. Define yourself as a lion. And in the battle, nobody's opinion matters. The only thing that matters is you defining yourself as a lion. So guys, all of this, again, create a little list. How am I doing? And then you go in a controlled manner, expose yourself to pressure. Remember, my job as a coach is at least 45 minutes a day to take you out of your comfort zone, to make you feel pressure. Probably even more, the more comfortable my students are. So next time when I make it tough for you on the practice squat, embrace it. And then you look at this little list, but start changing your being. Start shaping your competitor. Have this little list. You're not going to remember all of this. And when you take that little list out there, you go like, man, what can I do today? How do I get mentally tougher today? You're not going to become it overnight. You say, oh, there it is. What's my why? You go to the next one, right? Oh, change my perspective on toughness. You go to the next one. Protect your self-worth. By the way, that one, nobody's going to do that for you. In fact, that's the nature of competition. Your opponent wants you to think that you're not good enough. And that's your job to do to them as well. Who's going to protect your self-worth? It's not a team game. It's not a team sport. You. So start doing it. The next time you miss, protect your self-worth. Guys, this is very possible for each and every one of you guys. So why not? Why not become mentally tough? And there are many more things that you can do over and above this list. So we can discuss those. If you want to have a personal discussion about improving your mental toughness, I welcome you to come and talk to me. I wish you guys all the best with this.